All right. Check, check. 1, 2. It's all blank screen and fun awesomeness. Excellent times to be had. So, yeah, let's bring it on over. And hey, let's see here. Oh my god, it's a thing. Huzzah. Whoa, that was wrong. No. What is... Christ, I'm blowing it all up already. Shit. Couple minutes in and I've already messed it up. What in the hell? It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is on fire that I know of.
Not yet.
Not yet. Connected to chat. Yes, I want a chat log here. Can this be a chat log?
So it's on fire, and it's not Scotty's fault.
You know what? We wanted to make her feel right at home. So let's see here. All right, I'm gonna pitch this over to chat real quick. Hey, how's it going? Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? How is the audio? Okay. And my auto-scrolling chat goes there. My chat box here looks good. Yay. It's almost like I kind of am putting effort in finally. Look at that. It only took 1.5 years. Oh my. Well. Gonna have to start trying harder now. Or trying it all. Whatever. Hope everybody's got their plot water. Because I do. ASMR streaming, apparently. I don't know. If anybody had any illusions that I knew what the absolute hell I was doing, dispel them now, please. I won't even cast it at 3rd level.
What am I doing? Oh, I need a character sheet.
That would probably be helpful, I would imagine. Okay. So how's everybody's pre-Christmas Eve doing? Good?
Fine.
Okay. What did we get here? Brilliance. Okay, so with all that being a thing, this is okay. I really wish I could tell which screen is the player screen and which one's the DM screen, because apparently my dual display is not working tonight. How delightful for me.
Am I supposed to be still seeing the theater screen?
Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Shit!
I'm seeing the map.
Me
and
too.
you.
Hey, there we go. I refreshed.
Ah, okay. You give me a freaking heart attack, man. What? Okay, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You ever get that feel? You ever get that feeling where it's like you kind of had something sort of planned out for the night, and then 5 minutes till a better idea hits you, and you don't have time to implement it.
It's like every time I have a conversation ever.
Yeah.
I never get that feeling because I never plan anything for you guys.
Oh, I highly doubt that's quite the case.
I mean, I follow along and try to prep far enough ahead of you guys that you fall into cyberspace, but that's about it.
All right. You know what? Good enough. Good enough for the Goonies. Okay. So, last we left off, you successfully had rescued the hag satchel containing the essence of a wounded soldier, bringing it back to the priest who was who had taken it upon himself to cure his old friend. You were given your payment. You had opened your bag to a bag that you had found off the mostly digested contents of a diseased plant-like creature, and had gone about selling off some of said loot. After a night of celebratory drinking, the two groups split off, with Roro, Scotty, and Gil staying at the such and such inn, and Morgrim wandering back to Monty's Hall to his room, care of Mama Gisela Hinterland. We can pick up in the morning for whoever wants to start us off.
Not an elf.
Not an elf. That is true. So, Elfman.
What?
Yeah, I was talking to you.
I'm being
What?
yelled at.
Yes. You're either not responding to me or you're talking to me in Braille, and I don't know which it is.
No, sign language. You uncultured swine.
I've been called worse. What are you up to? You're first up.
Well, God, I hate being an elf sometimes.
Mm.
I bathe.
Okay, you bathe.
And admire myself in my new mirror.
It's a very
What?
nice looking mirror.
It is. And the reflection's even better. He's done. He's gonna go downstairs and order an assortment of breakfast for everyone.
Okay. Yarm is. Oh, is this the right book? All right. Yarm is up. It looks like he's working his way through his morning coffee. Seems to have some kind of pastry or the like that he's getting himself on. He'll gladly take your order. It's going to be 3 silver a person for just a basic assortment.
I can't math. I have gold.
I'll help you, Matt.
Cool.
It's gold, 2 silver for everybody.
Now, are you sure he's had enough coffee in the morning to deal with me?
He'll you stick around a couple more days, he'll learn to start early. But otherwise, your presence alone isn't enough to throw him off. He's just kind of, you come wandering down, he'll give you a nod and take your order, put it back there where you see Milla working.
You know what? Rarbo's going to be the nice person here and play him an encouraging too.
Okay.
And it goes like this. You know, like what's up?
Did you say with a vuvuzela? Because that's not encouraging anything. Like what?
It's a bard thing, it's okay.
Are you sure it's a bard thing? Are you sure?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I never played bards.
Nope.
Oh, what is my life? Okay, so we're going to assume you play some actual music.
Sure.
Sure. Shortly, next, Scotty is, Scotty would be the next to wake up, I would say.
Scotty would spend any free time with the blank spell book trying to think.
Trying to think.
Yes, trying to remember what she can.
Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead and give me a check on your Arcana. Hey, look at that. You have the list of the spells that you had before, right?
We've had this discussion so many times.
You at least have one or two, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Like written in. Okay. You could probably spend an hour or two getting a first or second level one pinned in if you have 50 gold for a first. I believe it was 50 gold per spell level.
Sounds correct.
Or did we alter that? I want to say that we actually altered that.
You're hurting me, Quinn.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we reduced that.
Let's call it 10 gold pieces.
I don't think that's going to be a thing there.
I have $1.
I mean, look how good her roll was.
Well, yeah, you remember. You can remember up to a second level spell right now to write it in for 2 hours, or a first level spell for an hour.
But what about the supplies Gil got her? Doesn't that count for anything?
You don't have. He didn't get you the rare inks. He just got you a spell book to start with. He didn't have that much money.
He's cheap.
Yeah. Or he's broke.
It's okay. If Scotty keeps following me and I get back into Fireball, she's taking care of me. Hey there.
You would have to be royal to begin with for that to work, Rory.
Shut up! I'm gonna get there.
Like, even if you take over your family seat, you're still not royalty.
Oh, honey, my family seat is just a beginning.
Okay, let's see. Normally it takes 2 hours per level and 50 gold.
I heard 15. Go with
2
that.
hours and 50 gold per level. So I will I will that does seem excessive, so I'm willing to cut both the time and gold requirement in half.
Well,
So 25 gold per level for the inks and an hour's worth of time to put them back into your book.
well, even with cutting it in half, Scotty does not have that much gold on her currently.
How is that?
How is that? She bought water to go across the desert.
Yes, but you guys also sold those pieces.
Oh, have they done that already?
I believe that was part of what they were doing before turning in for the night.
I apologize. I didn't catch that line of thought. So,
I mean,
We
Roro
had-
doesn't get any money, but
What?
We had decided we were going to sell the lighter and the comb, but I don't think we ever said we did.
that was, to my understanding, was implied to be the last task before going to eat, drink, and turn in for the evening.
Gwen, I'm flipping you off.
You kept the mirror.
so,
Yeah.
so with selling the lighter, that was, I'd say, 600 gold pieces?
Who wrote it down?
Lighter was 6, comb was 12, mirror was 6, if I recall.
Wait, what'd you say?
Said if I recall, lighter was 6, mirror was 6, comb was 12. I know we had done the simple maths and figured if we sold the lighter and the comb, then we would have enough to cover our travel costs.
Because that was 400 apiece, right? But didn't it come out to be even 400 apiece?
No, I don't think so. I think it was 600 apiece, but I don't remember.
I remember 6.
Do you remember 6, or are you being dusty about it?
No, I remember 6. Fuck you.
Somebody should probably really write that stuff down.
Well,
Well-
in my defense, I probably didn't hear you correctly.
In
I
my
have
defense,
written
I'm terrible at
down-
notes.
I had the mirror written down when we first bantered prices, but then Scotty traded with Roro, and now she has the lighter.
And Roro would not let the mirror go.
This
I
is
feel
very
like
true.
we attacked all over.
You are being attacked from all angles. That is just Roro's life. Yeah, it was 600 gold apiece. And then you had the 80 gold slippers that that were essentially ruined, that you were going to hold on to and see if you could do anything for.
Yes, that's correct.
And then on top of that, it was 100 per person to get across the desert.
Yes.
And what did the actual job pay? Did we determine? Because I thought it was more if we didn't let the thing get stolen, and then less we recovered it, which I'm not even sure which.
Did we get paid at all for that job after Scotty set the priest on fire?
Oh, good times. Good times.
Should we hit there?
Yes. You were basically Father Maloris was had essentially written you a note and basically sending you back to the Divina Trium in the morning. To go there in the morning and give it to. Oh God.
Oh, didn't he give that to Roro? So Roro can turn that in.
Yeah, Roro has the note. I sure why not? Because I don't recall quite what it was. But yes, because you recovered the bag which got away from you, you were paid. You have a writ for 200 gold that would be given to you from. Frickin' hell! What is her damn name? It is escaping me, and it is pissing me off.
Day something? That was
De
somebody.
Latari. Yes. The Avarial De Latari.
Okay, I'm
Kind
gonna
of
have
feel
Roro
like
ask to his
Zyman met her.
Zyman did meet her. She is where Zyman got the Journal of Panny and Miller from.
Yep.
I have a follow-up question.
Dia Jarl of Omens.
No.
Alright, then what? It's gonna work one of these days.
It's really not. It was going to be 25 gold pieces a level or a spell?
A level of the spell. So a first level spell will cost you 25. A second will cost you 50,
So,
etc.
are we divvying out the money? Is that what's happening?
The money from the art sales, that's been done. So each of you have 60 gold, or 600 gold, or 60 platinum, however you want to have that exchanged.
Except Roro.
Except Roro, who has a very pretty mirror.
No, I don't like this tone.
You're imagining that tone.
Shut your mouth. Now,
I'm the DM, I don't get to.
as as Roro's ordering breakfast, he will give the note to the person.
No, we have to go to the center island for that.
Oh, that's a different. Never mind.
Yeah.
He has it tucked into his corset.
As you do. So, Roro's doing that. Scotty's looking at the blank spell book. Gets an epiphany. Oh, yeah. And as you're preparing your daily spells, go ahead and give me your daily check.
What do you mean, my daily check?
Your daily Arcana check.
Okay.
Oh, goddamn spells. Too fucking many.
Oh, for you.
Forget my child. I am a cleric. I have all the spell.
Ah, a spell.
Wow. Okay.
I have like 2, and I used to heal you bitches.
This is true. So, as you're preparing your spells for the day, Scotty, you're
Yes.
going over all of your stuff, and yeah. Let's see here. Go ahead and, just for the shiggles, give me a d6 roll.
Just for the what?
Yep.
Shiggles.
The shiggles. It is a jest term. The bitch comes up with some good stuff every once in a while.
Everything that comes out of her mouth is gold.
So, you discover in Israd's tome more stuff between the margins.
Oh, really?
Yes. You get... You piece together the formulas for a relatively advanced spell. Considering you know what spheres that this book encompasses, you piece together all the necessary components to be able to prepare the spell Feign Death.
Really?
You make people look like they are dead. And then you kill them.
And then you kill him. So there's a discovery for you today.
I do like finding out new things.
So you spend some time, you prepare, you stare at your spell book, you discover this thing. Anything else you're doing before the lightly snoring individual in the room wakes up?
Nope. Just trying not to wake him up.
Okay, then. Orgrim, you rise from your dwarfy slumber.
Slip a rock. Sure.
Please pressure.
10 points for you for that one. Good job.
Now brush what?
Make sure you brush your beard. Beard.
Oh, of course. That's like the daily beauty regimen.
Takes very good care of that beard. It's a dwarf's pride, don't you know?
If I
Anywho.
take a moment without any of you reminding me that, I'd be thankful.
Yeah, we'll get up and go about bathing and being presentable and whatnot.
Okay.
And then probably do morning prayers, cleric.
Yes. Do your prayers to the Shield Father.
Yep, and then I guess head to the inn to see if anyone else is up.
You'll find a very bright, shining light called Roro.
I mean,
Ben.
you'll find Roro, certainly.
You'll hear a wonderful tune. Led Zeppelin remastered.
I mean, he's expanding, so we're thankful where we can get it.
Take it off.
No, Roro needs to keep it on. There are
One more
children
piece.
present.
One piece.
What about One Piece? I don't think that anime exists here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's fine.
You know.
I don't know anything. I don't claim to know anything.
Anywho, if Roro is there playing in like the common area, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
then Morgrim will probably just go pull up a chair somewhere nearby and wait for him to finish his performance.
Well, top of the morning. More gum.
Morning.
I hope you got your beauty rest.
Oh, every bit of it. How are you?
Shouldn't that be obvious? Look over there.
No word from the others yet?
What'd you say?
No word from the others yet?
No, I'm usually waiting around.
Yeah, you guys and your not sleeping weird.
It's such a curse. We get so much done.
Well, I mean, I can see where it'd be useful, but boring from time to time.
It's only boring when you're alone. So it's boring. Very.
Well, anyways, don't we have another job to see about today?
We do. And I'm looking forward to it.
Well, have you seen about breakfast yet?
Yes, we can do it in like any minute.
Oh, fantastic.
And roughly about that time, Yarm will come up with a big old huddle of coffee and just kind of put it down with a couple of mugs and go back and start carting out breakfast. It looks like Roro understands what breakfast means around here on the mainland.
What is that supposed to mean?
Because it's protein. Much protein. Considering the dwarf and what Gil ends up ordering, it's a lot of protein. There are some baked goods.
He will sigh and help himself to the baked good.
And there's some fruits there for you as well.
You know how to speak directly to my heart.
Yep, well, I've played an elf or two in my day. So that starts rolling out, and a little bit around that time, Scotty, you'll hear Gil shift around in the bed and start stretching himself out. You know, I'm starting to get used to seeing you like that in the morning.
She'll flush and kind of give him a warning look.
I'm saying it's cute is all. Don't worry about it.
I'm not cute. And with that, she will get up and put her books away.
He'll definitely give you one of those chuckles, like he doesn't agree with you, but he's not gonna say anything more at the moment.
I guess she'll get ready to go down and find the elf.
All right, you get yourself ready. Gil will quickly head to the bath, pour a sink of water, and just kind of splash his face and get himself quickly good for the day. And couple minutes later, the group is formally rejoined. All together. Gil will give a wave to both Morgrim and Roro as he comes down.
I got your protein.
Well, good. I appreciate that. So he'll take his seat down and he'll start tucking in.
Still nibbling on a bacon from here.
So, what do we got for the order of the operation today?
Well, for now, breakfast, and then I don't know after that. Some point, probably go see about this obstacle course or whatever it was.
Yep. All right. Who do we have to go to for that? I don't remember.
Some loan shark or debt skipper, I don't know.
I've already forgotten.
Well, lucky for everyone, Scotty, in her possession, I know she was given a bit of a pamphlet, a bit of a folder that has that has that information.
Huddy will kind of set that in the midst of the table, but she'll also add, I believe we have to turn in the note the priest gave us.
Yeah, we do still have to do that, don't we? Well, which do we want to do first?
Well, we can get the job done first, and then turn them both in at the same time.
Gil will give a shrug. Seems like as good a plan as any, really. If you were to ask him. So, breakfast goes without any complication, and you get yourselves up to go. You said you were heading to the location specified, I would imagine. Yes? Alright, you guys catch yourselves... let's see. Catch yourselves a ferry that takes you up to the loft to speak with a man named Denton Faze, who runs a livery there. A farm, an animal farm, essentially. The man is looks like he's starting to he's on the cusp of breaking middle-aged. You know, he slightly haggard from stress. His light brown hair is starting to kind of go gray along the edges slightly. Like I said, an older man, but you can tell that he spent years on the he spent most of his adult life working in with these animals. You can see his upper body's kind of well built from the activity therein, but rather ordinary looking individual. You can see this the effects of prolonged mental stress have kind of given him a worn expression when he sees your group rolling up. Just gonna help you?
You single?
Based on the information you have, you don't know.
Well, I ain't gonna have. That's rude.
That is, in fact, rude, especially right off the bat.
Railroad will push Scotty a little tiny bit to go talk.
Fuck you with the
Nudge,
contact.
nudge. Nudge, nudge.
The bard asking the wizard to talk.
Yep. Apparently.
It's okay. The behind the scenes Scotty is freaking out.
So he will see Scotty being nudged forward. He just kind of gives a bit of a nod and looks like he's patiently waiting for his question to be answered.
Scotty will stare painfully back at both Roro and Gil.
Gil just kind of throws his arms up. He didn't have anything to do with it.
Thumbs up. Okay, so just because it's been a while since we've heard about this quest, what was it that we're supposed to, or like the background for it?
The background for this, which you could very well have reviewed over breakfast, this man is named Denton Faze, and he's racked up quite a healthy, quote unquote, gambling debt from a halfling named Terrent Mall, who is looking to essentially repossess this man's business and home to pay off such a debt. Being a gambler in his own right, Terrent had put a challenge to Denton. A group of his men versus whatever rabble that Denton could squeeze together to win in essentially a obstacle course relay match. If Denton wins, he's free and clear of his debt. If Terrent's team wins, he gets everything, plus essentially gets Denton in what could be,
Shackles?
in a sense, Denton would become a vassal, essentially, to the halfling.
Indentured servant, I think, was the word.
Yeah, but vassal sounds more terrifying.
So, with Scotty getting pushed up here by Roro, who is going to die later, and needing any help from Gil, she'll kind of look down at her feet. We picked up your job post.
You're the people that Yaram sent. Oh, good. I'm glad you came. I was I was starting to get a little worried. I only have a couple more days to try and get this squared away.
begin with the painful looks back at Gil and Roro.
More thumbs up.
Gil will nod. He acknowledges the situation the man's in.
So, at this point, well, you have your team, I suppose. How do we go forward from here?
Well, I suppose you'll have to go and see, you'll have to go and see the man himself to tell him that you're my my well-picked team. He kind of looks over the lot of you, and just you can see there's conflict in his eyes. Two of you look sturdy enough. The other two, a little on the willowy side.
Cries.
I didn't say who. Thank you for admitting yourself.
It's obvious. Come on.
Of course the wizard's on that list.
The wizard with the slightly impressive strength score. It's weird. It's amazing. So, Denton will give you the he'll give you the address, which is up towards the northern end of this particular island.
And, would you be with us then?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Would you be going with us then?
I suppose that'd probably be best to see you and your good work. Come. Definitely let me know when this is going to be happening. I think you have to set up the time with him, but definitely let me know, and I'll find a way to come and cheer you on for my good work and my livelihood.
I was just gonna bump an eyebrow. What?
I suppose Fury then.
You suppose you'll what?
I suppose you will be hearing them.
Yes. Thank you very much.
God is eager to get big and glaring at the elf.
You did great.
The lot of you can break off and head in your direction.
It's okay, Scott. See. Oh my god.
Yeah, keep pushing that luck, Roro. That'll get you places.
Okay, my mouth stops. It's not my fault. It's okay, Scott. We're working on your social skill. And you did great. A+.
She's glaring at Roro, and her hands are obviously clenched and pressed into her sides so that she doesn't take a swing at him.
She's learning restraint.
She's trying.
But the sign is notable that he puts his hands behind his back.
Oh, he's opening himself up.
No, he's restraining himself from not hiding her man.
Oh, you would die. I dare you, Roro.
as you're walking along and this is going on, Gil will kind of turn to, will kind of whisper along to Morgan. He's like, now you see that's a problem. He's definitely lowering his stance way too early. He's opening himself up.
Yep.
Can I roll to hear if I heard that?
Sure.
Perception?
That would be perception, yes.
What's the advantage? No.
No. You're paying more attention to the powder keg you're smoking around.
May I just add that it's not very fair that I have to sit with the actual Scotty and get the actual glare.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
I think
just
it makes sense.
Yeah. That should alert you to what danger you're actually in. It's called method acting. It's a good thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Perfect.
So, traveling up to the loft, up through the loft, you'll come across a it's a very well. Morgrim can identify the fact is the building you come to is definitely built into the side of of one of the rolling hills through it here, with trees dappled and growing across the ground that makes up its roof. Definitely a halfling built structure, which is it's marked with the traditional large rounded door, and that is actually currently hanging a bit open, and there's a signpost saying that this is Hollows Mall. It seems to be a tavern of sorts.
Scotty will drag feet because she doesn't want to be the one talking here.
I don't think you want Roro to talk.
Oh, this is going to be amusing. Well, I'd say either you or Morgrim. It's your turn.
Well, I already get myself in trouble a lot with just like storekeeping people. I don't think I should challenge this.
It's true. You do have a tendency to piss shopkeepers off, don't you?
I'm sorry, okay?
Well, I mean, we're gonna piss this guy off when we kick his ass anyway, aren't we?
That's a fair point.
I don't think pissing him off beforehand is a good idea.
Might be getting his head.
Ooh, this is mockery.
Roro, don't attack anybody.
Yeah, we're trying to throw him off his game, not kill him.
Oh. What if I play my instrument very badly?
I mean, that's probably an option, I guess.
Roro, if that's the thoughts you have in your head, then I might as well talk to this one as well.
I am so glad you volunteered. You're getting so much better.
Scotty will kind of raise her hands, and they're trembling slightly as she thinks about going for his throat.
And fireball.
It's justified.
Kind of so.
Justifiable homicide.
Don't kill him. We need him later.
Oh, sneaky.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can do this man down, but I don't really want to.
I mean, I'll stay out of it if you really want me to.
No. I figured you'd want to pull your weight.
I do. But I also don't want to laugh.
Scotty will sigh loudly and then just walk ahead of the group.
We needed somebody to talk to the shopkeeper. And it wasn't like... It was almost as if no one else stood forward to block Scotty. More that they all took a step back. And she was the last to notice.
That is very true of her nature.
Everyone else said not it. And Scotty just went, what? So, you enter the Hollows Mall, which, like I said, the large rounded door is open to let in the morning air. There's immediately steps going down further into the ground as you're taken by a very, I guess, a very homey space, for lack of a better term. Once it gets down the thin, a kind of a small set of stairs where you kind of have to duck your way in, just for the height. Even even Morgrim has to kind of just like, okay, yeah, it's a little on the small end. But once you get down the dimly lit stairwell that kind of curves back around as it's going down, the space opens up quite a bit, and the ceiling is tall enough that everyone can stand comfortably. And there seems to be just banquets of food spread out. This is like Golden Corral that serves breakfast, second breakfast, and 11sies all at the same time. And yeah, there's God, it's been forever since I went to a buffet that had breakfast. I'm sad now.
Oh.
It's a tragedy, it really is. My inner fat kid cries.
I'll treat you when you get here.
I'm okay with that. And there are quite a few, mostly halflings in this.
Welcome. Are these your family?
What?
Gil will just hang his head, just, oh god. It's too early for this shit.
Scotty will actually smile because she knows this. It's been done to her so many times that she knows it.
Just glad it's not happening to her.
Yes.
But yes, there's quite a few, mostly halflings here. A lot of them look like sturdy working folk. Like, they're small, but a lot of these guys are built like brick houses. It's like they're miniature dwarves for whatever reason. These particular halflings. And it seems like they've got an appetite to match someone of Morgrim's stature.
Are you family?
before one of the halfling servers comes over, kind of an adorable rounded woman with kind of honeyed blonde hair and just very warm amber eyes and a big freckled face with a full smile. Just, hello. We don't see many of your size down here. Can I sit your table?
Ren was covering his face.
Scotty will kind of glance back to the party. Clearly written on her face is the question, do we need a table?
Gil has a look like he's debating.
Well, we're kind of here for a different reason. Right, Scotty?
I suppose we're here for business reasons.
Business? What kind of business?
Okay, I've already forgotten the name of the person we're looking for.
That was Terrent Mall.
I was close.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
We're here to speak to Terrence about a client of his.
All right, I'll go get the boss. Go ahead and just go ahead and sit down right over there. We'll see if he's taking anybody right now.
Thank you.
She basically points off to a little side area near the door. Looks like where it's basically your overflow seating. Like it's gonna be a couple moments where we clear a table, sit here.
I'm guessing these tables and chairs are unusually uncomfortably small.
They may be a little on the small side, but it's more like it's bench seating. So it's a little short, but it's comfortable seating.
So
Basically like the kids' bench.
Yeah, it's like a kid's bench, but plush.
Won't hang off the edge.
What's that?
Morgan's feet won't hang off the edge.
No, he's kind of got his knees up a little higher than normal. It is halflings are in fact smaller than dwarves, so
Morgan gets to feel big for once.
yep. Morgan feels a little big in this place. Because while the ceilings are nice and well vaulted enough for you to move around in, things are still kind of geared more towards shorter individuals. It's only a moment or two of waiting before the stout halfling woman comes back. He's like, "All right, Terrence, I see you. Come on this way." She'll lead you into a back office and, open the door and gesture you all inside. In there, you will see I don't know how best to describe it. A kind of a whipcord, thin, almost rat-looking halfling of a man. Just he's got a kind of a thin face, those sharp features. He's got dark hair that's either a very deep brown or a black, kind of slicked back. He's got these eyes that kind of sparkle like emeralds, and he's got this little goatee that's kind of pointed in there. as he's sitting back, and he's wearing he's wearing clothes that are far too ostentatious for someone who would own a restaurant.
Is he single?
Roll an insight check.
Oh.
You don't know. Well, so you have business you want to talk to me about, eh?
Yeah. I can't speak to him. I can't.
God, wait to see if somebody else will speak.
Gil looks like he's trying to hold back laughing. It's clear, Roro, with your mighty insight of 13, that immediately Gil does not take this individual seriously.
So they're just standing in the corner together, trying not to make this work.
Yeah, Gil is keeping himself quiet and holding himself together.
I vote for Morgan.
Morgan's waiting for the train wreck to happen.
It's coming into station. It's gonna be fun. Don't worry about it.
Hottie will sigh loudly with aggression, her face a bit purple.
God, he's so cute.
It's a nice shade.
Not a nice shade. Yes, it seems we do have business. One of your clients has hired us to complete an obstacle course.
Yeah, Denton. Yeah, he's not a client. He's more like a customer. Yeah, customer. I mean, I don't know how good a customer you could say. He's not exactly good about paying me back, but you know what? What can I say? I got a good art, and I'm gonna, we make things work. So, it's you all, huh? That's nice. That's real nice.
He said the man is me.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
Has Roro decided that he's single?
No, I decided that he's taking too much of an interest to me, Gil, or Morgan. Probably Morgan.
Well, yeah. So, all right. It's the four of you. So when are we gonna make this happen? I mean, sooner rather than later. I mean, the clock is ticking, yeah?
Yes, we would rather get this done with as soon as possible.
Gil figures there's probably more than one meaning in that statement, but whatever. All right. It's good. So, pick yourselves a time, and we'll get this done. I'll get my boys together, and we'll enjoy the show.
How long do you need to be ready?
I mean, if you want to do this today, I'm sure I can. Why don't we do this like they do on them frontier lands I've been hearing about? Yeah, we'll do this divide style. We'll have it at high noon. Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds real nice. Get my boys, put everything together. Be great.
Wilfar? That's you?
What'd you say?
Lothar? Is that you?
Yeah, no, that's not Lothar.
Not even close, really.
Nope.
Burrow's gonna have to leave if he keeps talking.
Scotty will shrug. The moon works fine for us.
Alright, that's good. That's good. That's real good. Alright, alright. So you come back to here, high noon. We'll go. I'll have the boys. I'll have the boys out back. We'll have that. I'll have that squared away nice for you. Yeah. Yeah.
And you notice you thought it might have been. You thought it might have been something, but it looks like he's trying to grow out what looks to be like this little mustache to go with it, but it is just it appears that this guy cannot grow facial hair for nothing. And you know what? Go ahead and give me a round of we'll say perception checks for everyone. Oh shit. Okay.
Morgan's distracted by his.
I'm noticing this guy's whack ass fucking facial hair.
Okay, Daddy.
Yeah,
Makes me
okay.
want to beat him even worse.
You see, here's the thing. Morgram, in this case, does get advantage. Let's see. 23, 21, 16, and 28. Because, yeah, Gil, let's just get all your really good rolls right out of the gate here. That's delightful. All of you will notice, as he's kind of leaning back and enjoying this thing, you can see around the edges of this guy's like little this like pointed out goatee. It's not even a full goatee. It's very thin around his lip and his mouth framing. Like he was trying like hell to grow it out. You notice a little bit of moisture or something, like a little sheen around the hair of this pointed out, like he's trying to be like to have this devilish looking goatee. Yeah, it looks out of place, and the whole lot of you, specifically Morgram and apparently, yeah, no, all of you, just like this must be glued on. Morgram has almost a sense of being offended, but yeah, this guy has a glued on beard, and not even a well glued on beard at that.
Oh, the sad angel man.
One can only imagine he tries to put on a more intimidating stature.
What does your face really look like?
What was that?
What does your face really look like?
See his eyes narrow at you.
Scotty will try to discreetly stomp on Roro's foot as a warning for him to shut up.
Make a sleight of hand check.
More snickering. Good one, Roro.
I think she should get one.
No, it's a straight up roll. Yeah, I mean, there'll be that little stomp, and Roro, you'll get a heel crack down on your big toe.
No, don't I get the roll to see if I dodged it?
Sure, go ahead and...
Yeah.
Scotty, roll a strength check.
Oh, see, you're just gonna make this worse for me.
Yeah, you're the one who wanted to roll.
I know
Nope.
you.
As she leans back to stomp at your foot. You kind of barely squeak it out of the way as her heel just kind of clicks on the floor, warningly.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you at noon. I'm getting out of here. Gil will just kind of turn on his heel and walk out before he loses all the rest of his shit.
Closely following.
Morgrim's gonna kind of tug on his beard as he walks out.
What's your passive perception?
17.
There is a look of a mix of like anger and envy towards you, Morgrim, that you noticed the moment you walked into this place, walked into this office. He just took one look at you and you understood. Your beard has flexed all over his prosthesis. Just epic beard flex.
Yeah.
So you will leave Hollows Mall, whereas the waitress will just kind of wave you away, and you find yourselves outside again.
Well, really? You couldn't have kept that to yourself?
Can't take your ass anywhere. But come on, he looks so freaking stupid.
Okay, but I was thinking it.
Difference. You're the only one who said it.
I don't think anything wrong with that.
It's honestly.
Nobody would love me if I didn't say what I wanted. Yeah, take your mind. Come on.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Alright, I guess.
Let's just ask any question here. Who thought it was actually funny?
Morgrim will raise.
I mean, we don't know how stupid an idea it was, but it was kind of funny, yeah.
See? Can't be mad.
Scotty will roll her eyes.
Scotty will roll Roro's head. What? Shook. Alright. So, we got a couple of hours to kill then. What are we doing with our lives?
Well, we have that note to turn in, and perhaps we should go back to the sleep-in shop and get our travel things.
Yeah, we could take care of the, Yeah, sure. Take care of the business before our day kicks into high gear, I guess. Alright. Where to first?
Turn in the note. Thing.
Alright. You'll all pile into one of the ferries going to the central aisle.
Whoever's gonna muse in the background towards Morgrim. Like, did you hear that voice? Did you see that goatee?
Yeah.
So, you arrive back on the shores, move in through the pearlescent gates, the pearlescent walls, and into the crystalline structure that is the Divinatrium. Addressing one of the clerks, you're set to wait in the central pillar once more. And from one of the upper story walkways, you see a pair of wings kind of... You see a person emerge and a pair of wings just kind of flutter out and drop on over the side as the figure will come gliding into to touch down and address you. It is the figure of De Latari. Kind of got that strawberry blonde hair, short around her shoulders, just kind of pulled back, just kind of that bit of a smile. Just, well, hello everyone. I hear you have something for me?
I do. Roro will pull out the note. Or did he give that to Scotty?
Burrow had it last.
Okay. He'll pull out the note from his purse and hand it over.
She'll just kind of open it, just... Oh, okay. Looks like you had a little bit of trouble. But... Well, nevertheless, a job well done. Here, I will... She'll just got a little satchel hanging off of her side, just kind of root around in it. It's like, all right, and that was 200 gold that he had there for it. So she'll hand you a small leather case that rattles around, presumably with 200 gold coins.
I'll check.
Gonna count the money right in front of her. Okay. But, yeah, it all seems to be in order.
Roro has no shame. Has no one figured this out yet?
We've noticed. Well, I'm glad to hear that he got himself the aid that he needed. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly happened?
Scotty will turn purple and look down at her feet, hoping nobody budges her to talk.
Well, you see, to put it in a short way, there's fire.
Fire?
And fly a little fox.
Yeah, some, like, I don't know, like imp or goblin type things that burst into light when you killed them. Really weird. They took the thing and brought it to some hag out somewhere. They had a portal or a gate or something. Yeah.
Haha.
Finally.
Wow.
No shame. I'm the last one to get him, but I got the treats, and I'm thrilled. I've struggled very hard not to devour them all the first day I got them.
Yeah, the one night I think I ate like all the chocolate pieces. Like, well, crap.
Ours were gone within the first or maybe second day.
Sounds about right. Well, I'm glad it's taken care of, and one of our returning soldiers gets to keep his life for and enjoy his retirement. Good work.
Thank you.
Well, if there's nothing else, I'm afraid that I've got to get back to some of my other duties.
Thank you for your assistance.
She'll give a nod, and then just the Avarial woman will just kind of flap her wings and kind of shoot back up to the upper loft.
Dancing.
I suppose now we should head to the sleeping shop.
Yep. So you pile all into the back out into the ferry, and then back to the South Island. Whereas you will see that sign, Griff's Sleeping Shop. Kind of that hush kind of takes over as some of you perhaps steel yourselves for what you know is to come. Well, after you.
Seeing as Scotty's doing it so much today, she will lead the way into the shop.
Social skills flourishing.
Roland should work on some appropriate social skills.
This is true. He is the face man of the group. It is kind of his whole job.
Just to keep you bitches alive.
We have Morgrim.
Ain't no hope. And don't talk to our shopkeeper. Sorry.
Oh, Rolo. Scotty is going to kill you.
I hope so.
Probably is how this is going to end. Just one step too far and...
I'd like to see her try.
So I heard I need to set up an arena fight for all of you.
Maybe after a few more levels.
Okay, so it'll be on the book for 2022. Got it. Hey. If you're going to rag on me for your level progression, I might as well get in on it too.
It was great. I loved it.
Because no one can hurt me like I can hurt me. Alright. No apologies. None whatsoever. So,
Hi.
maybe I should try. Not gonna happen. So, entering the sleeping shop, the bell rings, and again, from the counter, the large, snowy owl head rises with those glimmering golden eyes, full of, well, certainly more intelligence than a creature of his stature really has any right to be. Just kind of pokes up, just, hello!
And leaves the shop.
Well, That's something you don't see every day.
Morgan, you heard about this place, but you've not been in yet. And what is now within your field of view is this large white lion-bodied, pristinely winged, owl-headed griffin that's on even footing with you, might stand 6.5 feet tall, and another 6 inches of head, with his feathers neatly combed down, across his face, except for a pair of 2 or 3 that are in the back that are sticking kind of straight out as if it was some kind of feathered ponytail. The shop proprietor, Griffalcon, as these big lion paws just kind of thump onto the counter, folded neatly, practicedly over top one another. Just, hello, customers. What can get? What can get? His head just kind of quirks at scanning the rest of you, seeing as how Roro ran away.
Okay, I didn't actually leave.
These are things I need to know. Okay, so as the
Griffs. Got it.
She's gonna warn Morgan. Don't look it directly in the eye.
don't look him directly in his enormous, glimmering owl eyes.
Seeing as this is Scotty's 5th time coming back into this shop, since she can't seem to get away from it, she's to be normal about this.
I'm not as freaked out about it as I once was, and that's what scares me.
This is guys.
This is normal now. This is fine. What can be doing? What can be doing?
We are looking to secure rides across the desert.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, my cousins fly to the desert. Yes. They need to get out more. What?
What?
100 coin gold per person.
Alright. Scotty will pull out what she needs to pay the passage. And when are we leaving?
I can get them ready by tomorrow noon. Yes. Tomorrow noon. Fly to desert.
Tomorrow at noon?
Tomorrow noon. Yes.
So she'll look back to the rest of the party.
Gil's got 20 of his platinum coins that he's just handing to you to take up there to the large creature. He's very amused right now.
Scotty will collect that and look to Morgrim.
Morgrim will pull out his 100, but not give it to Scotty. He kind of wants to give it to the thing.
Bro was gonna give him more visual warning.
No, don't do it. He'll eat you.
But nope. Morgrim is intrigued. He is gonna give the money himself.
This griffin is big. As you set the coins down on the table, those paws will unfurl and just kind of flump over the coins, and you see him try to kind of paw at them one at a time with the claws, and you just see him scatter the coins. Just He just kind of looks he just kind of looks up and over to the side, just get the coins, coins, please. And while some of you might be Morgrim, you may be taken aback that what you had thought was this ornately crafted suit of armor, displayed at the side of the counter, just kind of stands up straighter. Thing must be 7 feet tall and clothed in deep royal purple magenta style robes covered in runes, as from behind the helmet two points of blue-gray energy light up as the armor just kind of straightens itself up and says, "Yes, of course." As it will reach down to the coins and just kind of scoop them up into his hand and lean over where Griff has got this cat's cradle style contraption webbed across his big giant paws that seem to be leading into a bag, and he just kind of holds it up and as the automaton just kind of dumps the coins in. As see the owl the owl head kind of go halfway into the bag before he looks and just, all good. Think, wait, not all gold. As the suit of armor just, some paid in platinum. Oh, super gold. Good.
Super
Good.
gold, as it shall be forever now.
So put the yes, customers will come back noon, and we fly. Got to get them ready. Got to get them set. Got to get them go. As you see, it kind of leaps from the counter sideways to the a large hallway going further back. As this creature like leaps with grace and almost flips you in the face with its wings as it's unfurling, as it goes bounding down the hallway like it was a cat in full butt wiggle mode. Just launches itself down the hallway where you hear
God, what is that thing?
that was one of the master's companions for a while, as the machine will respond to you.
Looks over. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
I have heard often that nerves tend to loosen one's tongue.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Every group is like, not with him.
Yes, I am certain that Griff is quite well pleased with not only the money but the opportunity to make one of his hobbies useful. Was there something else that you required?
Oh, I think we need more water.
We don't need more water, bro.
Oh.
Especially if we're flying right out to the desert direct.
Scotty will sigh loudly.
Hey, we still gotta go through the desert, right? So that'll be useful. It's just, now we might have extra.
And I need plenty to keep my complexion bright and wonderful.
To be fair, we're going to need quite a bit of water just all around to be comfortable, but whatever.
And Gil's gonna need even more extra than I do.
I will slap the bastard right out of you if you finish that sentence.
I didn't.
Slap the bastard out of you.
There.
Scotty will be smirking.
It was one of those. Gil was musing musing aloud about that, and then just kind of stopped, realizing who he was in the company with, and was preparing himself.
I suppose then we will just be back here noon tomorrow.
Yes, of course. If there's any other supplies that you wish to attain for yourselves, it looks like he will likely be occupied the rest of the day. I will be pleased to serve your needs.
You are very kind.
I was designed in such a manner.
Right. Get you. I get you. He's gonna just awkwardly step in.
Yeah, it's as it's addressing you, this armored head, just with those pinpoints of light staring directly at you. You don't know how far into your soul they pierce, but it's kind of uncomfortable, despite the kind of the sonorous tone. You know, the kind of the gentle way it was speaking towards you. It's still, you know, a 7-foot tall thing made out of some kind of runed metal, which Morgrim, with your dwarf sense, this thing is definitely made primarily out of adamantite and some type of crystal inlays that you're not immediately familiar with without rolling stone cunning.
I figure out how to do that. History. Add double proficiency. I suck at history. Woo!
Holy fuck! Yeah, it's some kind of crystal. But the crystals kind of pulse with this dull white-gray light. And these are the ones that are embedded into the adamantine armor, or the adamantine form of it. Whereas the runes across the cloth seem to glow with like kind of a violet iridescence.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Double ones with a -1 history score. Morgrim is just kind of half paying attention. He's just kind of staring down the hall where Griff bounded off to, going, "What in the absolute hell?" But apart from that, if you have nothing else that you wish to shop for,
I think we're good to go.
all right. Scotty, as you guys are, you know, leaving to figure out what you're going to do, you got about an hour at this point between all the travel before you're supposed to meet back up at Hollows Mall. Give me a perception check. On the fucking ball. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking, you hear this crackling, and it's kind of like one of those times where, like, you have the sensation almost like when your hair stands up on end, like you have that bristle, like ESP kind of like sense that something's about to happen. before you hear this crackling of
Oh god.
nobody else hears this. Just Scotty, as a sense in the back of her head. Queen! Found you! Desert! Desert! I'm to the north! You found you! Queen!
Scotty will stop and look around, expecting to see something.
Everybody is just walking out of the shop with no clue of anything that's happening.
She'll stare back at the shop, just kind of staring at the door, wondering if she should go back in.
Give what would your passive arcana be? Just out of interest. Was your arcana score plus 10?
17.
17? Okay. You get the sense that you have just been contacted by a sending spell.
Huh. With that knowledge, she'll kind of whirl back around clumsily and head back to the group.
You can respond if you so desire.
I didn't understand, though. It was something about the desert.
Whatever it is, it sounded kind of frantic.
Yeah. And I don't understand what was said.
I mean, you got 25 words.
Hold on, let me...
New spellbook, who is this?
New phone, who dis?
I'm counting words.
That's fine.
Oh, you just turned into going.
You know what's funny though? You described her having a feeling like something was about to happen. My first thought was, and then Roro opens his mouth.
Got danger sense for Roro. That's about right.
He's already so well-rounded.
Well-rounded, is that how we're...
Morgan is.
Uh-huh.
So I have that better knowledge.
Good on you.
Can I send you my response, or do I have to say it out loud?
Go on. You got words. Use them.
I don't have words. I can't use them.
Use your words. Spake.
Scotty will respond with, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be more clear than that. Are you in trouble?
Okay.
And that's 19 words.
And that's how many words?
19.
19. It's good enough for you. A couple moments later, you'll hear in the back of your head again an excited yip noise, I guess you could say. Just, I found the queen! There's a tree north! Find her! Find the queen!
Hang up.
Christmas! And then silence.
Scotty will just stand there looking stunned.
You'll identify this as a. You'll identify this as a fresh casting and can respond to it if you'd like.
Okay, counting words again. I'm sorry, I take this stuff too seriously.
How many words does it count off if I just give a long, audible sigh? Just. Is that 2 words or 3?
Okay, this one's going to be shorter. So,
Patience is already lifted.
yeah, she doesn't have much of that.
It's been one of those days already, and it's not even noon yet.
I mean, she's already been prodded by Roro. Come on.
Fair.
So, the
But I mean-
response this time is a few questions. Find the queen, head north. Is that what you're saying? I still don't understand.
Let me check something real quick here.
Impatience is red if she can pass that on.
What's that?
Impatience is on her thoughts if that passes on.
Well, I mean, you can. There's nothing keeping you from vocalizing your agitation or impatience. It's how you say things.
And I get yelled at for it.
But anyway, isn't being prodded by Roro like just part of the morning routine?
No.
I mean, yes, but
Well-
could it not be? This is how I understood it.
After setting that thought, Scotty is just going to stand there with her eyes closed, rubbing her temples.
Yep. Okay. You get a moment just kind of standing there where the others were casually just kind of discussing what had transpired inside of the shop. Before looking back and just, you okay? Just bringing attention that Scotty looks like she's just spoke to Roro for an hour straight.
Hey, I've seen this look before. Fairy tale seem we should run.
I mean, maybe. You all right there?
No.
Well, what happened?
There's this terrible fucking in my head.
Terrible what?
Squawking voice in my head.
Oh, that's alarming.
I can't quite understand what it's saying, but I think it's trying to attack.
You broke up there.
I can't quite understand what it's saying, but I think someone's trying to contact me.
Something we should worry about?
Well, I don't know the place. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know enough about this sort of thing to know what even the hell. So, guess let us know if it happens again, and we'll see if we can't figure it out.
Fair enough.
Did you understand? Mia? Or were they not? I promise it wasn't me.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I understand. I suppose I'll let you guys. I don't know if I understood anything clearly. I'll let you know if I get clarification.
Yeah. You okay? Well, we should probably head on out then.
We're running out of time, so might be good.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be late for our little games here. So,
You're a go team in this time.
We gotta kick that little poser's ass.
Yeah.
sounds like you took that one kind of personal. I mean, I've known shifty little asses like him in my day, so.
Why are you looking at me?
Oh, sorry, was I. Guess force of habit.
That is rude.
You're the one who brought it up. My hands are clear. Oh, God. I just can't kick his ass. Still need him to participate.
Hear anything?
Oh, yeah? Roll stealth. No, he heard you.
Oh, what?
You didn't beat his passive perception. Sorry.
I just don't think you like give me anything.
Hey, look, you had a distinctly non-zero chance, okay?
Sure.
All right, so you make it back to you make it back to Hollows, where you see there's a lot more activity going on, and the area right in front of this establishment has ballooned outward into activity. There's a whole court that has been set up. Area has been roped off. There's even some makeshift bleachers that have been constructed of what looks to be scaffolding. It seems sturdy enough if you're not putting a huge amount of weight on it. And you see that there's quite a few, halflings and gnomish individuals, even a few elves scattered about, kind of gathering around this gigantic obstacle course that has been set up. So, you see the little slime ball of a halfling. You find Terrent Maul, just kind of hanging around there, looking to oversee things. He seems to have this he seems to have this long, very thin, cigarette in his hand, held in by a cheroot that seems to be made out of, I don't know, like onyx or something. Very ostentatious, very odd looking in his hands. He's just kind of lightly smoking away at that, looking at this whole thing, and just, hey, seems to catch your eyes. Like, hey, hello there. Yeah, not bad, right? Not bad at all. See, you guys ain't from around here. I can tell by the looks of you. But Mr. Mall here, I got some boys who can do this kind of build up work. It's not having ties in the having strong ties in the builders unions. Yeah, it pays off a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. So, here's how we're going to tell you how it works. We got ourselves a bit of a relay sort of thing going on here. We got yourselves a straightaway dash. We got yourselves a rock wall to climb, a rickety-looking ropey bridge that you got to cross. You got to swim the moat. You got to get past some of my old boys here, tossing these medicine balls here. As he's directing there, you can see these half-orcs standing on the sides of these podiums with these large, what from your distance look to be stones tied in place with a rope hanging from a pillar crossing a central point, and it looks like they would swing back and forth. So you cross this, and then you hippy hop over the little planky bits. Run up the ramp. We got that extra slippy slip, just for funs, and then you pendulum over all the little rope hangers, and then you win. If you're lucky. Because my boys is good. I know my boys is good.
Educational. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's what you're going to have to be doing there, darling. Now.
Better than your beard, anyway.
He just kind of looks at you and kind of glares daggers. Right behind this, like... He's got he gives this kind of this snarling grin, like, you motherfucker. with these slightly, with these kind of these way too white baked bean shaped teeth. He's just like, yeah, well, my boys, they're gonna be taking your boys farm soon. So be all respectful like if you're gonna represent your man.
We're going to give him a high five, casually.
Casual high five to the dwarf. Okay.
Five, so he can reach.
Now I'll let you look over just a little bit here before we get started. But you're here a little on the early, but. We can make this. We can get this stuff rolling. We got an audience here. Aren't I so nice to provide such high quality entertainment? Yeah.
You see, I'm here, so now the party's ready to begin. We're not early. We're on time.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go downstairs, get my boys ready. So, you ladies just have a nice time here, look around a bit. Try not to touch things. Get yourselves acquainted, see how you want to handle all this. So, you'll just kind of wander down. What's that?
Did he just say, you ladies?
He did, in fact.
Cool. You should be raising all hell. But no, you call him a fish. Raising all hell.
Look, this guy's clearly a little shit stain. I'm not worried about him.
You worried about me?
Well, I have to live with you.
Well, you'll have
Gotta-
to.
I gotta whip you into shape like a good little pet.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah. So, overview time, ladies and gentlemen. What this is going to essentially be is a protracted skill challenge. We have 8 legs of this race, and you are going to have to find ways of tackling it. So, let's see here. Let me get this into chat here so you can... Let's hope this goes out right. So we got 8 different sections. So each of you are going to have to take 2 spots in this relay.
Is there a trivia section?
No. It's just this is the physical challenge.
I was gonna say, if there was a section for setting on fire, she has that covered.
True.
Are we permitted to do like pre-challenge prep?
It does look like you have some eyes on you there.
Good eyes? Okay.
Looks like some half-orc looking security guards. Which, would look a lot more intimidating if you were, halfling size. I mean, they're burly half-orcs, but you kind of get the sense that he kind of hired these guys because they tower over the likes of him and the people he's used to working with.
That is so cute.
Not intimidating.
Let's see. Okay, good. That checks out there. So, these are the 8 sections to this course. You need to determine in what order you are going to be tackling them in.
No.
Or at least, who's going to be doing what?
What is Morgrim's strength?
Wait, are we going to get the section put out?
What's that?
Oh, you put it in chat. Okay. Sorry, my
Yeah.
roll 20 is really slow.
Okay.
Long dash, I'm guessing, is like a foot race. Morgrim's out on that one.
What kind of role would that be?
Well, see, here's the thing. This is a skill challenge. You decide how you want to tackle this.
So maybe Morgrim's not out on that one, even though a dwarf beating a half-orc in a foot race just makes no sense to me.
I have a follow-up question.
Yep.
Are we getting, are we being, like, specifically how these challenges have to be completed?
No. Basically, the course is laid out that this is the order in which the segments are being taken on. Each person has to... Basically, you need to determine what order you're going in. And then each person takes one section, one leg of this race. Fluffy kind of knows what's going on here because we had to do this a couple months ago, or something similar.
So direct us.
Well, I guess my question is for the rock. The instructions we're getting is to get over the rock.
Yeah, basically you're supposed to clear each section and move on to the next.
Okay.
So we've got we need the order in which you're going in because that is how you're going to cycle through all this. So, who's going to be taking leg 1 and 5, verse 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8.
So the way that they work, are we doing them the same way?
Yeah, for better or for worse, Tarrant did not specify how you were expected to tackle this. Just that you had to go through all of these in order and be the first across the line.
But
at the
none
end.
of that stuff that Ken does where you can't use like the same thing twice or the same thing the last person used.
Well, mechanically, I would say probably. Yeah, that would be the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, mechanically, you can't use the same skill twice for yourself, and you can't use the exact same skill that the person just used.
So in his example, if Morgrim goes first and uses athletics, whoever comes second cannot use athletics, and Morgrim can't use athletics on his next go. I kind of want to go first.
I think that might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah. I think Scottish goes second.
I think Scotty should go second, too.
I'll do third. Oh look, a moat.
Oh yeah, real real big shocker there.
I posted in the chat. Does that look right?
Okay, so what we got? Morgrim's doing the first leg. I'm just gonna mark these as big M.
Doing
Morgrim
the dash and the battering field.
Yeah, Morgrim, Scotty, Roro, Gil, Morgrim, Scotty, Roro, Gil. Okay. So that's what we got going on. So, yes, Morgrim is going to have to be doing the foot race and having half-orcs throw medicine balls at him.
Nice.
He's got the pendulum field to have to rock with. Scotty is going to have to do a wall climb, rock climb, and also hop between very thin pillars. Roro is going to have to cross a swaying rope bridge, as well as essentially scale a greased ramp going upwards, where Gil will have to swim a moat and go on the basically Tarzan his way across a series of hanging ropes.
That's too perfect.
Yeah.
Well, during that,
Does he get to what?
wearable cloth.
I'm going to end you, Roro.
I'm just saying, inquiring one.
I'm going to wear what I normally wear, Roro.
Right. Now, I do have a question.
I swear to freaking Salvatore, if this is about Jack.
Now, is that going to summon Salvatore? Because that would be great.
To whip your ass.
Oh. Yes. So about Jack.
I will murder all of you.
Okay, no. Hey, can I give Bardic Inspiration?
That will last a minute and probably be gone before the event starts.
Ugh.
But there's nothing saying that you can't use it during.
For myself or for others.
Well, you can't really give yourself inspiration.
That's true. Can I slow other people?
Can you slow other people?
Yeah, like are we open for a spell?
You can try it. There's nothing stopping you from trying.
This is scary.
So are you saying that magic is allowed?
All I'm saying is that no, you had the rules set to you.
Can we revisit the rules? Because I didn't really hear rules. I heard him gloating about how amazing his op course was.
Yes, you did hear that.
I was distracted by the glue holding his facial hair up.
I was distracted by Gil swimming.
You know what? We might lose, but I'm gonna whip your ass.
That's fine. Tell me when and where.
Did you say Gil swimming?
Swimming.
Because if magic is allowed, Gil ain't shit. Ritual cast water walk on that motherfucker.
That is something. I think he'd do better swimming. Use them.
Mechanically, it's not going to make really any difference for him. So, think everybody is ready to go. We have our groups set. And we are going to start this in, let's see, we've got, yeah, yep. So, what we have lining up, and the first stations you have, essentially the first half of this, you're each at your relay points. And once the person gets to you, they tag you, and then you go. So, first up, Morgrim. At the starting line, you see a very lithe-looking female wood elf. Her hair kind of is long, but it's tied up in braids and kind of knotted at the back of their head. Wearing loose-fitting clothes, kind of like a sleeveless tank top and kind of loose pants. Just kind of seems to be stretching a little bit. Quiet. Seems to be steadying herself for the next period to go. Scotty, weirdest shit is standing next to you here right at the base of this basically one of the biggest rock climbing walls you've seen. It goes up about 20, 30 feet or so. And you, there's this cloaked figure just kind of waiting there. It seems to be wearing some kind of black furred mask of some form, but is otherwise keeping themselves kind of curled in on themselves while they have this tan coat.
I have a question.
Yes.
So it wasn't clarified. It was kind of low-key stated that there was no mention of no magic, but do we have to wait until we're tagged to cast magic?
You are instructed to stand there and wait for the person to tag you in.
So to not take any actions until we're tagged in.
Yeah, you're basically instructed to stand there and wait.
Okay, just clarifying.
Okay.
Let's see. Roro.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this kind of this wiry looking halfling just kind of standing next to you at the top of this rock wall. You're a good 30, 40 feet up on this wall, and stretching out before you right now is literally it looks like a rope ladder laid across open air. It stretches out a good 60 feet, and there is no hand rope for the sides here. It leads to another platform where there is basically a pole set up that you slide down. That leads to that basically leads to the ground where you would have to tag Gil, and there's essentially a raised platform that has this quickly set up pair of troughs of water, to where this large trough basin that stretches out for a good 80 feet. Just filled with water, where Gil is standing next to a water Ganazi.
Oh god. No. Robo's gonna turn to the person next to them. Like, hey, do you know from Magnuson? By chance?
He just kind of looks up with you with these kind of slightly nervous expression, and kind of his face kind of looks at this why is he talking to me? He looks very nervous.
He could be a cousin.
Get in his head.
No? Oh. Well, maybe you guys can meet after this. That'd be fun. And the reunion.
So we've established that Roro is probably the most racist asshole that you guys have ever seen in your lives.
No.
Doesn't even have the right species. They just all look alike to him.
No. He just gets confused. He's only seen high L. His whole...
This is a halfling, nowhere near, and is distinctly different from a dwarf.
Okay, fine. Morgan's child. Question mark?
Oh.
Enhance your calm. Swear, child, you're going to be the death of me.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Okay. So we are going to, we're going to begin with you, Mr. Magnuson.
So this is just like a sprint kind of deal?
It is a straight sprint right to tag Scotty.
Okay, then guess the only thing is athletic. Yep.
All right, you very consistent tonight, aren't you?
Yes.
All right, and you know what? For this, so this. Where is my dice roller? Because I am going to roll these in view of you. Because that's how we roll with this one. All right, so you dash off. Now, let's see. The wood elf is going to have... Yeah, okay. So it looks like you're on even pace. You dash off, and you start your sprint. You're running. You're running. This little bastard's quick. Like, he reminds you a little bit of Gil. Quick.
Uh-huh.
As she goes dashing, but over this straightaway, you get clearly you're into your rhythm because you're a dwarf. You're a natural sprinter, very dangerous at short ranges. And you are able to keep pace enough that you tag Squatty. Yeah, Squatty. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
What?
So you use your athletics, and you pretty much are on even pace with the elf. You tag Scotty. She tags this cloaked figure, and you basically continue dashing off to set yourselves up for the next part. Scotty, you have a wall climb. How are you handling this?
And since that's a transmutation spell, that's a +10 to her speed now.
Okay. You cast Spider Climb and begin running up the wall. As soon as you're tagged, you cast a spell. It takes you a little bit to intone your incantation. So with that, you shift. So you're now at 40 feet.
Yes.
Okay. That's cool. As you do that, the figure kind of reaches up to the cloak, rips it away, and you see black fur. This thing is wearing shorts, and there's just fur everywhere around it, with these two ears peeking up out of it, and a tail swishing behind this guy, as this tabaxi just jumps up the wall and starts scrambling out it, which you almost hear this as it's dashing up. And suddenly you're like, the hell? Alright, what skill are you using? Go ahead and roll with this one, I would say Arcana.
Okay. Cool.
So you have this plan in your head. As this, and then you see the cloak rip off and just kind of like barely kind of glancing up until you see the flash of fur and as this 5.5 foot bipedal cat just starts running up the wall, just scrambling up the wall, and you're like, shit! You have to quickly, regather your spells to cast that, and you start running up the wall yourself. You're behind the tabaxi for a little bit, but and the halfling gets a little bit of a head start, but you do manage to tag Roro in. Roro, you have a pendulous rope bridge to deal with.
Oh god.
How are you handling this?
Getting on the rope bridge.
Running on the rope bridge?
Running on the rope. I don't really have spells to help me in this.
Well, remember, these skill challenges are also, I'm just going to point out, they also, there are creative ways, as Scotty has shown, of tackling these things. Hold on, I got the thing wrong here. Alright, so you use your acrobatics.
Am I
As it-
allowed? Can I use like suggest?
You already rolled your acrobatics.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So he's just gonna try to run across this quickly but carefully.
Yep, you try and use all the training of balancing yourself on precariously moving objects as you did on the drift. Hearkening back to the times where Gil, was training you and not throwing sandbags at you. So very little times, but times enough to make mention of. All right. So you used your acrobatics to get out, and you end up. The halfling is already kind of nervous at the moment, and was kind of faltering at a little bit. You managed to close the gap up to basically where you tag in Gil about the same time as the halfling tags the Ganazi.
Yay!
So you guys are neck and neck again. Gil, who can't use his acrobatics because Roro used it.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
It's
That's one of the things.
I'm sorry. I'm the worst.
hey, it's
Appreciate it.
skill challenges, man. They are kind of fun. So what do we got going on here?
Good news is you can't use acrobatics on your next one, which opens it up for him to use acrobatics on the next one.
That's true.
Yeah, that is very true. And he's got to use, which might have been a good idea considering he's got rope swinging to have to deal with. So, let's see, what has he got for... Oh, he never prepared his spells, did he? So what do I have left for... Da-da-da-da. What did I have packed for you, my friend? Okay, you know what? He sees that he was going up against a Ganazi, and he's just like, "Yeah, motherfucker." He knows what this little fucker knows what he's doing. All right, fine. You know what? We are going to have him. Yeah, we're going to have Gil is going to be using his religion check. And where's my d20? And roll it. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Of course. So now here's the fun part. That still doesn't make it. So you see Gil kind of like gets tagged, takes a moment, grasps his amulet, just kind of intones a bit of a prayer, and you see him, Roro, you see him kind of just zone out for a moment, and you see the Ganazi is about halfway down the track before he just kind of snaps up and just fuck. And you see him cast out. And yeah, that is... He also fails his wisdom saving throw. So despite being a good 3/4 of the way, Gil throws out his hands, and you see as the Ganazi is just basically going flipper through the water, just kind of on one of the upstrokes, just kind of freeze, just his muscles lock up, and he splashes down and just kind of drifts down to the bottom as Gil dives in and starts catching up.
Whoever was cheering.
So Gil basically cast Hold Person on the Ganazi.
Haha.
Yes.
And and didn't fail that length of the course only because he didn't make his fucking saving throw. So that leaves Morgrim.
All right.
Morgrim, you get tagged on where the wood elven woman, who you can only suspect is a monk at this point, are preparing to go across a thin plank where you now see teams of these burly ass half orcs swinging these pendulum medicine balls just across the way, looking to smack the two of you all upside the head.
Mm-hmm. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it like, skill challenge. No spells. Fuck it. I am going to... Can't do athletics. Where the fun of skill challenges really comes in is trying to figure out how another skill applies. And I think perception applies to this because he's gonna kind of watch where they're hucking the balls back and forth and try and avoid them.
Okay, so essentially you're trying to use your perception to time your dashes.
Yes.
Alright, go for it.
Ha!
What, Morgrim, what do your dwarf eyes see? You get a slight bit of spider sense going on, essentially, as it's almost less about, you know, counting the seconds of it, as these orcs are like, wait, no, that's pumice. You know, it's like you identify the type of stone that is being cradled in here. It's like, no, okay, with the pores and the way these things are shaped, the wind differential, as you go, it's just like you dwarf science this thing. It's like, no, it's gonna shift a little bit here because the breeze is coming from this way. It's gonna have this kind of a spin, and if I put my hand on it here, it'll rock this around this way. You just kind of go into Rain Man mode with these stones being thrown around at you. So much to the point where you kind of spin one of them off and use the momentum of them going going past you, to flip it at the elf and almost like rolling an attack with it, trying to not only just be like a stage hazard as you actively try and push this ball at her, like fucking attack style. And while she manages to not be knocked off this platform as it is, she does have to stop as you're kind of actively pushing these things here, and you manage to get to widen the gap created.
Nice.
Leading it to Scotty, who has to fight off against the tabaxi on these pillars. You've seen Roro balancing on these things a couple of times, and maybe once when no one was looking, tried to balance on something similar yourself, to less than stellar results.
She probably bruised herself falling.
A couple of times, and prayed that no one was seeing there.
Question: do you need me to roll my skill before I roll my spell, or am I?
You tell me what you're doing, and if you have a skill in mind that you would want to use, tell it to me and what you're looking to do with it before you roll. Because once you roll, you're locked in.
Okay, so what I'm looking to do is cast fly, but keep my stuff the same, and maybe roll nature.
Nature?
Yeah, to see if she can get into her bird health and fly well.
I would not say that nature has anything to do with casting a fly spell.
I tried.
You're gonna have to figure out some other way to make spell casting anything but an Arcana check.
Survival check?
How would you use survival?
Because clearly she'll survive better if she tried to flies her. I'm sorry. I mean, if you want me to keep going, I could probably come up with a dumb reason for all of these.
Well, how are you trying to justify survival?
I'm trying to justify survival because she's gonna look at this like, wow, okay, I'm not gonna survive this unless I cast fly and fly over it.
Yeah, nope. Sorry. That
That was painful.
too much of a stretch. I apologize.
What about insight?
Insight?
Yeah,
How would you think of applying insight?
the same as survival. She thinks that
You see, here's the thing. You're trying to cast fly,
yeah.
which would pretty much lock you into an Arcana check that you can't use again.
No, I could try to use history because she's used fly before, and like history can make it be like, oh, this is a good idea.
Jesus.
I mean, it would be a really good idea to cast fly here, but you already used Arcana.
There are other ways to cast spells.
Yeah, but this one is literally allowing you to levitate and defy gravity via magic.
What about medicine? She could use that to like biologically reconstruct herself.
Do you have Alter Self?
Please stop.
Yes,
her.
I do actually.
Prepared?
Yes. You can look at.
Can we get confirmation on that,
Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it.
Roro?
I'm working on.
I trust you're enough of a tattletale to not lie to me.
Oh, you're so sweet.
But I will want visual confirmation that this is actually a prepared thing.
You're scrolling. You're scrolling.
There we go.
Holy shit. It's actually prepared.
I will send you a screenshot.
Send it to me. Do it. I want to see. I want to see the red bubble.
And not to mention, you could just put my.
I mean,
I don't know if that's. See if it'll. I'm sending it in Discord.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay.
this was a lot of trouble.
What are the two asterisks there for?
For me to remember that it's concentration.
The big circled C isn't enough?
No, don't look at that.
Okay. All right. So you have alter self. How would you like to... What would you like to do with it, and how would you like to tie that into your skill check?
I already told you, medicine.
Medicine?
Yeah.
I would say you can use... you could probably use nature if you wanted to with that.
Okay. But I couldn't use nature with fly?
No, but here's the thing. You're using alter self and a nature check to properly transform yourself into, I don't know, say a Siamese tabaxi.
Siamese?
I don't. It's a white tabaxi. Why not? It'd be Siamese. I don't. Or you can turn yourself into like a tabaxi that looks like Sirius. I don't know.
Can she just turn herself into Sirius?
I mean, you could turn yourself into... Well, alter self won't let you turn into an actual cat. That's why I say a tabaxi.
But is altering herself to be a tabaxi actually going to increase her probability of making it over? What if she altered herself to be an Avarial?
I mean, essentially, that would amount to the same as using a nature check for you here, because you've never actually flown with wings.
Yes, I have. The one time that Gil and Roro left Scotty all alone after she had that nightmare.
You actually had wings, or did you cast fly?
I cast fly.
Yeah, that doesn't give you wings.
In my head,
It's not Red Bull.
Fight me.
But yeah, with alter self, you alter your physicality to a form that would better suit that more than your current body, to have the reflexes. So I will allow you to use alter self and to do a nature check for your skill challenge.
Okay, then I guess I will turn something into a Dexy cat and the nature.
The Sirius tabaxi.
Yes, very fluffy.
Fluffy long tail for balance. Why the tail's even longer than it's supposed to be. We don't understand why that happened.
Cool.
Okay. So here's the thing. It doesn't really it didn't really well, yeah. You do this and you realize as you're going along, just because you become you've shifted your form into this new kind of sleeker configuration, doesn't actually do anything to enhance your natural grace, we'll say. So you are very awkwardly just kind of like jumping to and from this, and you kind of look like you're going to scramble and fall off maybe at some point, but you kind of get yourself up. However, you are used to having claws still, so but now you have them on your feet as well,
and that's kind of neat. And you make it across. You still have a little bit of a lead, but the time that that Morgrim had kind of bought you has been caught up as as the actual Tabaxi, kind of is catching up, and you glance back and you're like, oh, that's how it's done. Okay. We bring it to Roro, which there is a greased up. You're basically trying to run up a greased up slide.
A greased up one?
Yeah, it's a slippery slide that you're trying to run up. It's basically a ramp that you're trying to up.
Now, do I have precision? No, I do not.
What's that?
Do I have precision? No, I do not.
Prestidigitation? No. You're a bad bard then.
Prez is awesome.
Prez is awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a plan.
Okay, let's hear it.
My plan is to cast slow on this guy with a roll in history.
Again, it is hard to make that sort of thing work on much besides Arcana for you. Like, how would you use history for casting slow?
My history would be basically just my training with Gil.
Gil has not taught you anything to do with magic.
No.
The one skill you are barred from using is acrobatics right now.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the two skills you are barred from using are acrobatics, because you've already used it, and nature, because it was the last thing that was used.
What about persuasion? They'll let me win. I'm kidding.
Is that what you're trying?
No. Okay, so and I guess athletics for the L stuff.
Straight climate?
Yeah, unless what's the grease magic?
You don't offhand know.
Fantastic.
I mean, you could assume. I mean, it looks slick, certainly.
Oh, I don't want to ruin this spell slot if it's just not magically based. Okay. I'll stick with my same plan, slow and athletic. Is that good?
Again, casting slow and using athletics.
Oh.
I'm just going to put this out here. Not that I think you're avoiding it because you're not skilled in it, but there's nothing stopping you from making an Arcana check casting this spell.
Yeah, my Arcana's a 0.
That's like I was assuming that to be the case.
My intelligence is negative 1.
Well, that explains so much.
Why Morgrim and Roro get along.
First of all, I dislike you, Quinn. Second of all, I love you, Fluffy.
Morgrim and Roro are both pretty and dumb.
Okay.
Kind of.
Roro's pretty and Morgan's just pretty.
All right.
Slightly.
I will give you this because you've already made the suggestion.
Okay.
There you go. Think that one through for a second.
Did you say something before you roll? Is that what you're doing?
If you said something, Quinn, we didn't get it.
There was a meaningful pause there.
Ah,
Oh,
helpful.
glad.
You had made the suggestion before.
Do you suggest?
Hey, there you go.
Suggestion.
Now
Is that
what?
something-
Now what skill do you think that you could use with suggestion?
Oh, I could use performance.
Persuasion, deception, intimidation.
I'm just saying, you're a bard that has suggestion. Morgrim might be onto something, and I'll let Meta Pigeon work for you here, because it's I understand it's getting late and our brains are starting to kind of shut down. If yours are anything like mine, but there's actually nothing stopping you from using your persuasion check in conjunction with suggestion, because you need to make it sound reasonable as a course of action for this person to take. As to, like, hey, calm down, some whatever bullshit Roro wants to spit out.
How many words is suggestion?
It's a short command.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's you can't go on a soliloquy, but you suggest a course of action for this person to follow.
Hey, you should go dig a hole. Hey, you should go take a walk. Hey, something like that.
Hey, you should go get me a soda.
I think
Yeah, go get me a
we've seen
soda.
That one used. We have in the arena.
Yes, exactly.
Go tell somebody
Yep.
to go get him a drink.
Fucking Tucker told Tucker to go get a soda.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
All right, so roll your persuasion in conjunction with suggestion.
Hey, you're working hard. Go grab yourself a Gatorade, bud.
Yeah, go snap into a Slim Jim, something.
All right, not bad.
And 18 is a good roll. Yeah, okay. So he kind of basically you essentially use suggestion to tell him to slow his roll. Enough for you to just kind of brace yourself up and slip a bit on this substance. How they got these boards so slick, you'll never quite understand it, but you managed to scramble yourself up, and the halfling, though it's not reasonable for him to just give up, you do manage to have him slow down as he's moving along the path. You are able to widen the gap between your teams, leaving it to the basically the rope lines, the rope jungle, to Gil and the Ganazi.
All he has to do is not lose ground.
Pretty much, you guys built up a decent sized lead for them, whereas Gil has. There's no need to sugarcoat this. He's got acrobatics to work with. And as a monk, he's going to try and Cirque du Soleil this bitch. And hope he rolls better than last time. I mean, he rolled better than last time.
Thankfully, his acrobatics is at a +10. So, yeah. I mean, I should have rolled directly on him, but fuck, whatever. I don't give a shit. Okay, so that's... So there is no ground gained or lost between the two. They both succeeded their skill check. However, that does mean that Gil kind of slides in past the finish line, where everybody else at this point was waiting. A couple moments later, before the Ganazi kind of trails up, like a fair pace behind. It's just like, yes, that was fun. You can kind of tell that he's not super thrilled with how he did, but still proud enough that everybody pulled their shit together and, got the job done. Stellar work, team. Yeah, we all did it.
Yeah.
No one fucked up.
Scotty, what the hell?
What?
Serious? That's you? Haven't seen you since. Well, you don't speak of those times.
What?
Huh? Nothing.
Looking at Tabaxi, Scotty. Scott Bexy. Well, well, we have better luck next time, guys. No hard feelings, right? Yeah. This is the other team just kind of like they're looking very quiet and very solemn, and they just kind of like slink off in a ways. Just you see the little shit shrimp just come over like, well, I'd say a good job done, but you guys is clearly bullshitting your way through that, huh?
Stroke the beard.
Now you
pulling his hair over his shoulder and hold it up to his face.
Oh, Roro, you are a force of subtlety, I tell you.
I'm not even sorry.
Still a
Well-
better hack job than that.
It's true. It's very true. Oh, fuck me. His turn is like, well, clearly, you guys were fucking priming that thing, what with your wiggly juju bullshit. So I ain't gonna pay you nothing. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here and tell your bullshit man that I'm coming for his shit by the end of the week. In fact, tell him to pack his shit tonight. My boys is coming. Fuck y'all.
Scotty looks extremely heated and like she's about to pounce shit.
Roro's going to kind of hold his hand out and smile. I'm going to cast suggestion again.
And boys. No. As there's a good half dozen or so of these burly half orcs, some of them now have knives for whatever reason. They kind of look like a greaser gang all of a sudden.
Little switchblade.
Yeah. These punk asses with leather coats, greased back hair, rings in their tusks. And you just kind of flipping around switchblades like they're in fucking Rent or some shit.
Scotty's too mad to be dissuaded. She still looks like she's gonna pounce this.
He's like, now we're not gonna have no trouble out here. Get the fuck out! Apparently he's the halfling version of Joe Pesci all of a sudden. I don't understand this.
Robo's gonna whisper over to Scotty. You can light them on fire, right? You know, the actual enemy.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Now you guys want to start a brawl right here in the middle of everything, right in front of all these fine people here. You go right ahead. I'm sure Johnny Law come down on you real nice. Put you in the stocks for a good long while, and I'll just take my shit anyway. Or you can walk on by, walk on out of here. Tell that little shit, maybe, if he comes begging me for a good deal, I'll give his ass another shot with people who actually follow goddamn procedure.
So, why didn't we just do all of that?
Oh, I thought you assholes knew how to be sportsmanlike. But apparently, we're not leading on with men and ladies. As he seems to be looking in between both Roro and Scotty, you don't know which one he's quite looking at. Of honor and integrity. I go through all this trouble, get this beautiful little setup, just like that, because I'm a nice guy. But no, he's gonna bring in some lowlifes here to try and ruin my good name and my generosity. He spits in my face. I take it. You tell him to come see me, and maybe the two of us will work out. All you, just get the hell out of my face. Get on out of here. I want to see you again. Not around here no more. Just go.
Morgan, let's wreck this shit.
Yeah, he should have brought more guys.
Hey, my boy's here keeping the peace. Now you see them bright sparkling tin cans all over across the way watching? Yeah, sure. You go ahead. You start the fight. They finish it for me.
Grandma's going to blow kisses at the orc.
The orc does not seem amused by you.
Oh, God.
So why don't you leave before you make a scene and a fool out yourselves?
God, I wish I was quick.
Wish you were quick.
Yes. Morgan wants to slap the fake facial hair off a motherfucker, but I'm not quick enough for that.
I mean, you could always get lucky with a sleight of hand check.
Get up there.
Just casually, you see Gil just kind of pat your shoulder, and he'll just casually cast guidance on you. Because it looks like you're spoiling to do something. He doesn't know quite what, but it's just like, oh god, the dwarf is starting to get that twitchy look.
So, sleight of hand, you're saying?
I mean, yeah, technically it'd just be that quick little in and out.
Okay.
It's kind of like rabbit punching to grab
what
it.
the hell guidance does, but everybody seems to be on board with it, so.
Oh, no.
Guidance gives you a D4 to your skill check.
Yeah.
You got a 4. It's okay, you got a 4.
I mean, even if I get a 4, I don't think it's gonna matter. Hey, I got a 4.
Hey, you got a 4.
See? I'm a real bard, bitch.
Yeah, well, you could have used inspiration, but you didn't.
I said I could.
You said you could, not that you were. So, I'm going to have I'm going to take this picture and see if this comes up on stream here. Let's see if that. No, that's no, wrong fucking thing here. Let's see if I can show all the nice boys and girls at home. Nope, that does not track. Good to know. Good to know. So I'll just post that out in the Bard's Lounge there for y'all, so you can see that shit. But for those who are still following along at home, motherfucker rolled a 1.
Oh.
So yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, the one bane of this man's pride, apparently.
His one hair.
So basically, Morgrim just like, there. He sees you. He thinks you're trying to throw a haymaker at him, so he just kind of raises his hands up, but and just kind of like leans up and back here. However, you weren't going to do like a haymaker or like a roundhouse punch or something or a hook shot at him. But not only does he leave his chin exposed to you, he almost kind of like tips it back up, and you grab that thing and you yank the fuck out of it. Give me a strength check, will you please?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay, inspiration.
I don't know if does that apply to...
It is a D20 roll. You can, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see if I need it.
Go, it's a D8. Might as well use it.
Roll it.
What else are you going to use it for in this minute?
19.
So you...
No. 21.
21, yeah. So you essentially pull the dwarven equivalent of a drag queen wig ripoff.
Yeah.
You essentially, in terms of dwarves, and you just snatched in a drag queen's wig. You hear this rip sound, and there's this red chin strap all over him where the glue was adhesed to him, and it looks like it wasn't even the right kind of, like, it wasn't even like a spirit gum or something that would like a theater production would use. And this is more coming from Roro's look, but no, it's like this guy took. It's almost like this guy took tar to kind of blend in with the black of the bushy scraps of this really like ragged horsehair beard kind of or goatee thing, and just like fix it with little bits of tar to his face, and it just rips these red ass patches right off him. He just looks at this god awful like Harry, it was Harry out of Home Alone, just that. As he kind of backs up, holding his face, and there's patches of skin missing. He's starting to bleed out. Morgrum's got a fistful of fucking this nasty ass tar crusted hair, and we will pick that up next week with what follows.
I'm still Robo's like on the floor, cracking up.
Yeah, so there's that. So yeah, we will pick this up. I believe next week? Trademark. It is the 31st. It is new. Well, no, it'll be New Year's Eve because we're into the next day here. So it'll be the 30th. Yeah. Unless anybody's got plans next week, we'll reconvene then to see where this takes us.
I have no new plans.
You have no new plans?
I am here for D&D.
Fluff?
La.
You can figure that out as the week goes on and update people if we need to. But tentatively.
Third, yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. I didn't know if you had any particular plans for around New Year's. So
New Year's Eve, yeah, but not New Year's Eve.
Not pre-Eve. Okay, awesome. Good game, everybody. Everyone take care of yourselves. We're going to put that over to... Yeah, I need to like a transition wipe or something. But thank you, everyone. Take care. Everyone who came, followed, all that good stuff. I see some good faces in the chat, the in-user chat or whatever. But I think they probably just dropped auto hosts. So, nonetheless, thank you. And I'll get back to Silent Hill eventually. But we've got Christmas coming up, and if I get on to stream, I'm going to be streaming Parasite Eve because Christmas. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Parasite Eve is a Christmas video game. But nonetheless, take care of yourselves. Happy Winterine-miss, because that is the neutral gamer holiday, and it's awesome. Take care of yourselves. See you later.
Later.